Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Need to know one thing. Is anybody else cold?
Yes.
Yeah. So I need to know something else. Is there any, this is important. I got to know this, okay? Is there any Geary Bison in the house tonight? It sounded like it was two.
Me and who?
Is there any Geary Bison in the house tonight? All right, that sounds a little bit better. I got a joke for you. Do any of y'all know how to get the shortest sermon out of a Baptist preacher?
No, sir.
Put him on a football field in front of temperatures like this. He'll get out of there about 5 minutes. I just made that one up, okay. Sounded good. Let me say good afternoon to each and every one of you, and it is extremely an honor to be here on this afternoon. I want to give thanks out to Coach Shaq and to Amy and to the rest of you and this organization of the FCA, Fellowship Christian of Athletes, on tonight and asking me to come out and speak. And in the absence of my church, I pastor a church in Watonga, in the absence of my church, I want to thank them as well, because at this particular time, I should be in Bible study at church on a Wednesday night. But after I shared with them what we wanted to do and what you all asked me to do, they saw the importance of me having this opportunity to come and speak to the young people, and they saw how important that was. So I thank them for allowing me to have Bible study on last night, and then we come down here on tonight to talk to you all. So I'm not going to be long before you tonight. I'm just going to kind of share a couple things with you to let you know a few things about life itself. Many of you are seniors. How many seniors we got? 3, 4, 5, 10. How many sophomores we got? 2, okay. 4, 6. How many juniors we got? Okay. How many freshmen we got?
Hola.
Oh, the freshmen. Hola. Win. Amen. But I just want to ask you a quick question tonight. How many of you have ever had a dream in life? Is that a dream? Dreams are very, very, very important. And I found out that tonight I want to kind of just talk to you in short about your dream. Because a lot of times we have dreams, and we never share them with one another. And sometimes the dream seems a little bit unreachable. You know, you want to go through, how do I get there? What do I need to do to be able to fulfill my dream? And this kind of thing. And I want to talk to you a little bit about some things that will perhaps allow you to fulfill your dream. 3 things I want to talk about tonight in short. One is I want to talk about character. 2, I want to talk about integrity. And 3, I just want to talk a little bit about trust, fulfilling your dream. You know, many of us young people, you live at home with mom and dad, right? You have to do what mom and dad say, right? We're sick and tired of that, right?
You need to be listening.
Okay.
I know. You just
But character is very, very important. And I want to share with you what a great scholar by the name of D.L. Moody said about character. And I think this is vitally important. He said that character was who a man was in the dark. And as I thought about that, I said, character, who a man is in the dark. You know, And as I thought about that, I said, you know, this makes sense because when we're in the light, when we are around people that we respect, or maybe not respect, but we act in a certain way, we act in a certain manner, right? There's certain things that we won't do around people that we respect, right? But when it's dark, no one can see you. You got your hoodie on. You figured you're incognito, or no one can see you. Has anyone, don't raise your hands, has anyone ever done anything that you perhaps have not been proud of? Don't raise your hand. So that answer came a little bit alive to me when it said character is a man who a man is in the dark. So what you do in the dark, you know, you say, well, nobody can see me. God sees all things.
Amen.
Amen.
So we have to realize that what we do is not against man, but against God. So we see that character is vitally important. So we want to let that soak in and marinate with them just a little bit, because it's who we are in the dark, what we do in the dark. Not so much what we do in the light, but who we are in the dark. Are we the same person in the dark as we are in the light? 2, integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, young people and old people, there's one thing about life. We have to stand for something, or we'll fall for anything.
Amen.
If you don't stand for something, you're going to end up falling for anything. We live in a diverse community. We live in a diverse society to where we are met with different adversities and different oppositions in our lives. And each and every day we have to make a decision on, do I go here? Do I not go here? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I run with him? Do I not run with him? Do I run with him? And let me say this. I don't know who said this, but it makes sense. You are a product of the environment of which you are in.
Amen.
And you can become a product of the environment of which you're in. Now let me make that a little bit more clear. If any of you right now choose to go and jump in that dumpster right there and choose to stay there 2 or 3 days, what are you going to smell like? You're going to smell like dumpster. Yeah, that's right. Okay? So it's pretty plain. Where you go, you end up becoming a part of what you are. So if you're around good, you're going to what? You're going to be good. If you're around positive environments, you're going to be positive environment. If you're around negative things, you're going to end up being negative. But sometimes we're forced in the midst of these negative environments, right? And as a leader, and all of you are leaders, as a leader, we have to make the decision to what we're going to stand for. I asked Coach Shack, I said, when I started, I said, okay, you know, the separation of church and state, I said, you know, how much liberty do I have here? Because I don't want to step on no toes or anything like that, Coach. We're on school grounds and not on church grounds. But things like that. She said, you got full liberty. I said, okay, cool. So I wanted to say this to you. If we stand with God, the Bible teaches us that with God, all things are possible.
Amen.
Now I'm gonna make this clear in a minute. I'm about to wrap this thing up, but I'm just trying to lay some foundation groundwork. Is that all right? Yes. Number 3, trust. Trust is that you have to believe in yourself. You can't believe what someone else tell you. You have to believe in yourself. And what you stand for, you have to believe in today. And it's like in the old days, and some of y'all too young to even know what the old days was, but I got some up in this side of the state, you know what I'm talking about up here. But it was in the old days, and maybe some over here, that we recognized that when a man spoke his word was his bond.
That's right.
You could take a man at his word. What he said, that's what he meant, and you could believe that. You could trust that, right? Nowadays, it's got to where it's a little wavery. The ripples is found in the pond, and someone can say something and they really don't mean that. Mm-hmm. But we got to get to the point to where we trust in ourselves. Not so much the other man, but ourselves. So you said all of that to say what? About this character, about this integrity, about this trust. What does this have to do with your dreams? Well, I'm gonna sum it up right now for you. Don't raise your hands, but has anyone sitting here ever been told that you will never amount to anything? I'm gonna look over here. Don't raise your hands. I'm gonna talk to the trees over here just for a minute. All right? Have you ever been told that you'll never amount to anything? That you just doomed for gloom? And in listening to that and soaking in the devastating effect that has taken toll in your, not only in your mind, but deep down into your heart. So because someone has said, well, because you're not going to amount to anything, you ended up being around negative people trying to be accepted for something that you really are not. So therefore, your dream is just out here in flotation. But here's my point. This is a true story. When I was 17 years old, getting ready to graduate through high school, you may find this hard to believe, but I had a high school teacher, my English teacher, matter of fact, who it was, that told me that I would never amount to anything, that told me that I was not smart enough to go to college, and that the only thing I need to do is just go home, get me a job, and learn how to survive. You'd be amazed how much devastation that had on me. I never shared that with my parents, because in that day and time, people could just about say what they wanted to say to you. Wasn't much you could do about it. And I took her at her word. I got me a job, went into a profession, was an x-ray tech for 20-some years, and retired from radiology. And later on, met this woman, and the woman inspired me to go to college. And I thought, well, I wasn't college material. Sure couldn't muster going to college because I wasn't smart enough to go to college. My grades in school didn't tell me that I was smart enough to go to college. Some of y'all might be going through the same thing. But I decided to start college. This is kind of a comical part of it. I started over at Redlands Community College, and there was a teacher over there named Miss Rosencrantz. Miss Rosencrantz was my English teacher over there, and I had to read this poem regarding Eudora Welty or something. I forget what her name was. Had to write a little paragraph about it. Just a paragraph, wasn't much to write about it. Wrote a paragraph, and Miss Rosencrantz was so nice. She came up to my desk and she said, "Mr. McGee," in front of the whole class. I said, "Yes, Miss Rosencrantz." She said, "I just want to share with you that your writing sucks." And I said, "Thank you, Miss Rosencrantz." But I took that as positive construction. That was my foundation to do and to believe into myself that I could do better. So fast forward, make it a long story short. Yes, I survived Redlands Community College. Yes, I survived Southwestern Christian University with my bachelor's and my master's degrees in ministry. And later transferred to Oral Roberts University, where I was able to receive my doctorate of ministry. So, what does that mean? That means that if you are here and you want to be here to fulfill your dream, first of all, you got to be willing to step out of where you are, that will enable God to get you where you need to be. But you can't get to here if you're stuck in the rut here. So you got to believe in yourself to get yourself up out of the rut, get over here where you need to be, and you don't even know what this is over here. But you're going to get over here believing in God, that God is going to direct your path. And this is the last thing I want to say to you. That you go to church, you hear this so much in your church, with the pastor saying it, with other people saying it, but you got to get to the point to where you believe this. And this is this, Philippians 4:13. It says, I can do all things through Christ Jesus, who strengthens me. You can't depend on your brother. You can't depend on your sister. You can't depend on your friend. But if you want your dream fulfilled, you have to depend on God. Thank y'all very much. I hope something's been said. Y'all pray for me because I'm getting ready to leave out of this country. I ain't, I was a little country boy. I ain't been nowhere no further than Greenfield. But I'm getting ready to leave out of this country, and it's a frightening experience, but I'm going to go in God's will. And I pray that you all be blessed, and I thank God for Coach Shack and her FCA and what she's doing here, and Bison win this game tomorrow night. Do not lose this game. Thank y'all.